I used to be, I guess you could call it an elitist anti AI musician. By anti AI musician, I mean musicians who feel artificial intelligence is whack, it's rubbish, it's trash, stick to playing real instruments just like this, and you'll be glad you did. This is an ongoing battle between musicians for AI, musicians against AI. And it's a bit comedic because I was there once upon a time. My kid showed me what she had made with one of these AI tools. And I looked at it and I just shook my head because I'd been trying to get her to learn more piano, practice more piano, and she wasn't practicing piano. And I felt that this AI tool was going to brainwash her that she didn't need music anymore. Well, I later gave it a second thought. When I got off my high horse, decided to at least look into what this was all about. But looking at the way the world is progressing today, no matter how much convincing you try to do, some folks are just going to dig their heels in and are not going to budge. And these are the musicians who feel AI slop, anything created by non musicians with prompts, or things created by musicians with prompting is garbage. And they're not even going to be part of it. Today is a day of dialogue. I want us to think like higher order musicians because there's a lower way to think, which is animosity and angst and fights and insults, which are used a lot on social media. You're lazy. If only you would at least use your brain. Can't you even think? Can't you play? Talentless sod, you're hopeless. All sorts of insults and more colorful language, which I will not go into. But I want to make it clear that no matter how one person tries to push the narrative, the human race has always found a way to vote with their feet. The AI cover saga on YouTube is there for a reason. Humans are voting with their eyeballs what they choose to watch. And the likes of UMG and Warner and Sony, they're looking, man, they can see the demand. You see, this goes into the discussion about emergent behavior, the hidden pattern behind AI music acceptance. Picture a school of fish, no leader, no central command, yet together they move information so intricate, so synchronized, that it looks like it's choreographed. One fish didn't plan it, yet the entire pattern emerges. Have you ever seen that happen? It's quite fascinating. Well, humans aren't different. Throughout history, we've seen these same spontaneous shifts. Ideas catch on, preferences flip, and whole societies drift into new norms that nobody consciously agreed on. They just happen slowly at first and then all at once. And this is exactly what we're seeing with AI music. You see, the prediction that never came true was that not too long ago, the expectation was simple: label something as AI made, and people will reject it instantly. Popularity would plummet, and the world would turn back to human only music. And that was the theory. Deezer probably thought, that's probably how it's going to end up. But reality, however, had other plans. You see, the emergent truth is that people don't care. Surveys are showing something so shocking to those who predicted the resistance. Most listeners can't tell the difference between AI and human music. And even when they do know, It still doesn't matter. Just take a look at YouTube. The AI covers, Almost Real and many of the other channels that sprouted up as a result of Almost Real being killed. Then it became a resistance. People became rabid fans, frothing at the mouth for more of that 50 Cent song, whatever it's called, millions of views in a short amount of time, dedicated subscribers, thousands of comments, zero hesitation. People simply listen to what sounds good. They vote with their ears, they vote with their attention, they even vote with their money. On the forum, some people were saying, why don't we get together and just make our own underground streaming platform? You see, it turns out musical acceptance was never about the method, it was just about the experience. And that's emergent behavior, my friends. You see, there's no committee, there's no vote, there's no debate, there's no grand conversation, right? These folks just collectively gathered online. And you can go back and watch my video about AI covers. People took offense. We will do whatever we want. We will embrace AI music. Well, there you have it. Individual choices multiplied across millions of people all over the world. It formed a pattern that no one predicted. And what has WMG done with Suno? What has UMG done with Udio? They're creating systems and platforms fed with fresh data to enable those AI cover lovers to be able to generate their music and make money while at it, because UMG and WMG and Sony, they ain't stupid. They're looking at the statistics. They're seeing the millions of pings they're getting saying, hey, someone's using your stuff. Or they're manually scanning through YouTube and seeing millions. Lot of money. We're talking about entire salaries of some departments that could be made just by tapping into the royalty money from those songs. So individuals have shown that emergent nature that no one would have predicted. Just like fish forming spirals, rings, shifting walls, almost looking like one big fish. Crazy complex formations. That's how humans are showing themselves to be. Humans move towards utility, not ideology. Whatever I, as a musician, think is the norm, is the nirvana, is the way humans should go, the listening populace are not the same as the musician. You see, I could get excited all day long about playing fancy stuff, and someone might be not very enthused. To them, they may prefer something simpler without as much hoops and jumps. I find that a lot of times musicians think they know what the people want, but the people want something different. People want something accessible, something that will give them a buzz, something they feel connected to. And we, a lot of times, cannot predict what that is. Now, of course, with the advent of AI, the likes of the big three, Sony, Warner, UMG, they're going to be looking through their binoculars to see, what are people watching? What are people listening to? What do people find entertaining? Well, let's focus on those genres, or let's focus on those tracks. They're going to be using AI to their advantage. And what we're witnessing, my friends, is a deep truth about human behavior. People rarely behave according to official narratives. They behave according to convenience, according to emotion, according to curiosity. And that creates powerful organic trends. People wanted new music faster, and AI delivers. If you read through those threads of Almost Real, people will recommend, hey, you should do this song next. Please do this song for me. People wanted remixes, mashups, covers, and AI was providing. AI still providing. All you need to do is scour YouTube, These are all over the place. And YouTube has probably thought about this. Yeah, to do this manually will take a heck of a lot of time. We probably can't do this without some artificial intelligence to catch artificial intelligence at play. You see, people were looking for endless creativity. Even though the skeptics won't call it creativity, to the human listener, you're telling me you can take a song of my favorite artist and turn it around in minutes and give it back to me? Yeah, that's the creativity I want, and AI was supplying it. So naturally, the crowd shifts, not by mandate, not by persuasion, but by quiet collective preference. You see, AI music is showing us a mirror. The rise of AI music isn't just a tech story, it's a human story. And it reveals that we follow the sound, not the source. We respond to what moves us inwardly, not what should move us. A lot of people have pointed out, after all, there's tons of AI slop all over Spotify, just as there is human slop all over Spotify. So garbage in, garbage out. Let's not get it twisted. Go listen to music from the 60s, 70s. 70s, in my mind, was a golden era. I mean, 70s and 80s, banging tracks, absolutely killer. The jazz from that era was killer. The disco from that era was killer. The funk from that era was killer. The pop from that era was killer. It was all insane, not to mention the rock. Come on now, drop me your favorite 70s, 80s, 60s artists. You know what I'm talking about. You know when you hear that sound coming from your record player or your hi fi system. What we have today, let's be perfectly honest, seems rather far removed. So let's not be all judgmental and say, well, AI slop. Maybe you can't blame people. They may be looking for something from eras gone by. And when you resurrect it in this style of music, people come alive. Their auditory taste buds are infused with pleasure. And that's what makes them keep coming back for more. It's like a dopamine effect. You think you're going to be able to keep people from listening to AI covers? Even the people at WMG know that. The people at UMG know that. And I can assure you, the Sony people, they've not spoken in any settlement, but I'm telling you, they know that as well. And I'm not here to promote AI covers, don't get me wrong. I'm not against people enjoying their little AI covers, but it's not my cup of tea. But at the same time, I want you to understand just like fish create shapes more complex than any one fish could design, human audiences, they will amaze you. They create trends more complex than any expert could predict. AI music isn't succeeding because of marketing. It's succeeding because millions of people made tiny private choices that accumulated into a global tidal wave. They clicked play, they saved the track, they shared it with a friend, they didn't overthink it. And from those small, simple movements, a new musical era is forming, whether we like it or not. Whether we are repulsed by the rabbit frothing at the mouth AI cover fans, or whether we understand them, it makes no difference. We're watching emergence in action. Emergence is a reminder that humans too create patterns never intended, but somehow makes perfect sense. What do you think about the AI cover revolution? Are you enthused or repulsed? Drop me a comment below and thank you for watching this far. If you've enjoyed it and you want to listen to more of my musings about AI music and music in general, go ahead and smash the like button and subscribe. And the discussion will continue in the next video. Bye for now.